All right, so here we are. We're back in our demo structure, our 7 pages, right, in our InDesign layout. We're gonna start filling this in, right? And to save our time on this video, I kind of did like what a cooking show does, right? You saw kind of the beginning product, and I have started to fill things in. So figure out your placement, your final placement for things, right? Because the structure that I created is just really the basics. If you want to add a background color, you're more than welcome to, but your 7 pages will have content on it. So you're going to start filling that in. So you've got your first page that introduces this. You've got your colors. So I just started filling these in. Okay, but these are the values from my eyedropper in Photoshop, and then I'll redo this one just so you can see it. So I selected this image, this object, my apologies, and I want to fill this with my color, right? So I'm going to add a new swatch, double click, and I'm actually going to name this one teal too, since I already have teal. But I'm going to plug in, you only need to plug in your CMYK value, okay? So I'm going to put my 60 cyan, 0 for yellow, 31, 0. Okay, so I put that in, and then I will type out those values. So you're going to do that for your CMYK, for your RGB, and for your hex code. I think I had one extra. I had 5. So you can kind of structure this as you want. If you want squares instead of circles, or polygons instead of circles, or stars instead of circles, have at it. Then we have our typography, right? In thinking about the typeface that you're going to be using for your identity, right? I have listed here, as you can see from my letterhead, from my business card, I've chosen Futura. So for your primary typeface, and you can follow the structure, right? Your primary typeface, what is the name? I got this by the name of the font right here. And then like these are what are the available faces, right? In my identity, I'm really going to only use medium, medium italic, and bold. So I'm setting that for myself. In my secondary typeface, so this is like maybe just as like a flourish or an accent typeface, I'm going to use this typeface called Blenny. And Blenny only comes in this one face. And so I put that right here. Right, so you're just typing and adjusting, and you're setting this in the face, right? So I'm not going to write medium italic and have it bold. I'm going to have medium italic in medium italic. Okay. The next one is your about page. So in this about page, you're going to pick 6 of your answers from your personal user manual, and you are going to add this to here. So it could be like if you want to put your question answers, you can do that. but you just have to list them. But list them, if you want, you can do your question, put it down, right? And then put your answer, and then you can fill this out if you want to retitle it, but you're going to have it in Futura or in your typeface that you chose, right? Just so you can see, the reason why you do this is so you can see how your typeface looks in written paragraphs 1. And the second purpose is that you get a chance to share about yourself, some information with in your identity guide, right? So you'll have your 5 questions. Okay. So if you want to structure it, like, you can make the questions, the Q&A bold, and everything else is like a medium, up to you. But you should already have the content, right? So feel free to get creative with it. If you want to make them boxes, if you want to make them, partition it kind of like your user guide. Some of you guys got really creative with those, which is great. Use those same elements, and then we're saving. The next thing here is you're going to have your logo, okay? So we should adjust this. We're going to do your logo, okay? And you're going to use, in the PDF portion, you're going to insert different PDF pages. So we're kind of getting really involved in our publication. So I want you guys to be able to manipulate PDFs because you can. And so we're using this as like a guide, right? This is going to be, and you'll see, it's going to be basically like the chapter heading, and you'll see what I mean. But keep that your logo, okay? The next page, page number 6, just like we did, it's going to be our business card, and then our letterhead. Okay, so for the content, start, like, the last 3 pages, they're going to stay pretty much the same. About, you need to figure out which 5 questions you want to use in your about. Your type, figure out your typography and put examples of them. For your colors, you're going to add the colors to your swatches and then write down the values. Okay, and then this is our first page, right? So this is going to be our opening impression. All right, so I'm going to make sure you're saving along the way, but I'm going to go to PDFs and I'm going to make the smallest file size. Okay, and I'm going to save it. All of these should be fine as the default. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to open Acrobat. So if you have to install it, please install it. I'm gonna cut the video here and you can see the final steps in its entirety because I don't want everybody just to be waiting for my install. Okay, so I'm gonna, once we do this video, we'll resume and then I think we'll be all done. Okay, thanks.